Bees are dying, and our survival depends on them. That's why 4RB's created the Pure Wave Cell, a breakthrough quantum device proven to help hives thrive, doubling colonies and boosting honey production naturally. Every jar of our Pure Wave honey fuels this mission, supporting beekeepers worldwide. Visit 4RBs.com. That's the number 4RBs.com, and use code WITF for 20% off. Save the bees. Save us all!
Where in the Folk is not and should not be viewed as a news source. Any names, places, or likenesses mentioned are purely fictional, and any information discussed is purely speculative. Guest opinions are their own and do not reflect those of anyone else. Where in the Folk is not responsible for content accuracy of any stories that are told or what people do with these stories. This show is vulgar, sometimes graphic, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone actually.
Welcome to episode 213 of Wearing the Fold.
Hey,
I think it's actually like 220. I was going back through our episode reserve the other day, and like we have a bunch that's like 217 point. Well, it's like 112.15 or something.
That's
shit
fine.
like that.
That's fine. Don't even sweat that. Don't even sweat that.
But I hope everybody had a great week. Thank you for joining myself, Morgana, and Tole as we dive into these 3.2 million files that were just released. I hope you have the next 2 years of your life set up, because we're going to start right now. We're not stopping till the end.
But Morgana has something to say first.
I do have
Morgana,
something to say. I do, because why start off on that note when we can start off on, last week I think I said, Elon said we're not going to have to worry about retirement because, within the next 15 years, we're going to be such a society of abundance that nobody will need to worry about retirement. Well, so today I was reading by the gentleman that owns, what is it? Ocular? Hang on. Let me pull that up because I want to make sure that I'm giving you the right information.
Oculus.
There you go. He's the dude who, that does the VR stuff. His name is Palmer Luckey. I guess, that fits. But anyway, he said that with the advancements in AI, that it's going to make stuff so much better that within the next few years, you will be able to buy a fully decked out F-150 pickup for $1,000.
What about Chevy?
Well, you have to start with the Fords, because. And once they see how easy it is, then everybody else is going to follow suit. But one more quick thing I want to share. Have you ever been shamed by an app before?
All the time.
See, this is a first for me. And I have to tell you, I downloaded this app, and it's for like, what am I looking for? It's for like putting your water amounts that you do during the day. And if you're doing fasting, it'll do stuff like that. Well, I'm really good with those kind of programs for about 2 days. And then I'm like off in my own little world elsewhere.
Yeah.
Well, it fussed at me today. And where'd it go? I don't know if you can read that or not, but let me see if I can get it bigger.
Does that say dearest?
Yes, dearest Laura Morgan.
You're doxing yourself, by the way.
I know. I knew when I put it up there, but it says, you forgot me again. Showing up beats perfect, I say, but you didn't show up at all. I'm worth more than broken promises. Hope you and your unlocked snacks are happy without me.
Oh.
I'm like, I've never been shamed by an app before.
Speaking of this, I don't know. I know Cecil has Chat GPT Pro or whatever, but I was asking something the other day. I use it for basic things like reorganization usually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I wanted to reorganize something, and it says, "Hell yeah, that sounds dope." And I'm like, what? Like, why is it talking like that? Like, hell yeah, that sounds dope.
Uh-huh.
Does it ever talk like that to you guys? Like,
All
Yeah.
the time.
Mine has actually developed my full mannerisms to
Mhm.
where when I ask it something and it's like, oh hell yeah, man. Like it
yeah,
does
but I've never said anything like that.
You know, it's picking up the friends around you because mine does. I'm the same way. I use mine for
I don't
a lot
log
of.
into it.
See,
I don't
do
log
a lot
into
of
it.
organization. And the other thing, I'm working on this other project. Well, I can do pretty good on coming up with the what I want to say, but it's the timing. So I've been, pushing a lot of this information in, help me time this, where to put in clips and this, that, and the other. But yeah, mine has a full-on personality. That's why I don't talk to it.
Well, I didn't want it to because if you create an account or whatever, then you have to agree to like certain data collection.
Mhm.
And even by using it, you agree to some of that. But
Yeah.
I've never logged into it. It's straight up just the free public version. And it's like, oh, hell yeah. And I could be a child. Like, you don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
Take the ways by the gypsies.
What's up, gypsies?
I don't know, man. It's weird because mine literally talks like me. It's strange. Like it's developed my personality. Somehow.
Landa, I thought you were already bilingual. Hey, Crystal. Hey, well, I forgot to say hey, Landa, but I thought you were already bilingual.
I said, hey, y'all.
Maybe she wants to be trilingual. Lingual.
Yeah.
I've been
she's learning Russian, learning Mandarin.
You might as well learn some of that stuff.
For everybody listening, I've been feeling like 50 Cent and Many Men when he says socket said some B word done put a hex on me. Please, if you put hex on me, I'm sorry and take it off. Now, the good news is when I fell out of the shower Monday and dislocated my damn shoulder, it seems to have fixed my back a little. So,
that's crazy, dude.
Well, no, you're more there, so you're just not noticing your back.
Well, before we get depressed, I wanted to. So there's a lady that we watch videos of when we have our video watching sessions. Sometimes her name's Dre, and she has an account on TikTok called the Dre Dossier.
Well, before you do that, do you want to enlighten everybody to the big thing you found that forced you to call me at 1 o'clock in the morning the other day?
No. No, I'm not prepared to talk about that. Actually,
okay. All right, we'll talk about that sometime soon.
I'm still letting that marinate, dude. That's personal information. If I'm calling you at 2 o'clock in the morning to have a meltdown, there's a good reason.
All right. We'll be covering that soon.
Now I feel left out. You didn't call me at 2 in the morning.
No, and I would never. You go to bed at like 8 p.m.
On the upside of that, I'm usually up by about 3, so you could have just waited an hour, and I'd have been up.
I thought I was getting a booty call because I got a text message said you up. I was like, yeah.
I'm not shaming Landa. I'm not shaming at all. I thought you have told us that you were bilingual before. I'm sorry. I might have made that up in my head. I'm like Chat GPT. I just make shit up. So I'm sorry if you haven't ever said that.
Damn, Tully.
But yeah, we watched the Dre Dossier. She has a really good take on this, and I paraphrased her TikTok that she made on this. She said that she believes in transparency, grateful to the journalists who exposed this story because that work does matter. But if we're being honest, there was already enough information years ago to put people in jail. Yep. We all knew it then, and we all know it now. No one needs millions of pages to understand that unspeakable crimes happened or that powerful people were protected. What we're watching isn't new information changing outcomes. It's proof that the system can absorb everything, survive it, and then move on unchanged. What's up, Carrie?
Hey, Carrie.
Power used to rely on secrecy. Deny it, bury it, and make it disappear. Now it relies on volume. Dump millions of disorganized pages, flood the internet with duplicates and mismatched redactions, give people a search bar to hunt for celebrity names, and then let the outrage burn itself out. Meanwhile, no new charges are coming. because no new charges were ever going to come. The files become a distraction, a catch-all explanation that shuts down forward-looking thinking, the kind that might actually prevent the next Epstein or all those others that are out there operating in his place, or probably that were above him to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
And in the process, victims are re-traumatized over and over, names exposed, addresses are searchable, faces turned into thumbnails and content, which is why I didn't use anything like that for our thumbnail tonight. Attorneys representing hundreds of survivors have called the latest release one of the worst violations of victim privacy in U.S. history. And I don't think this looks anything like justice. Numerous presidents, Congress people, administrations, and agencies could have released these documents years and years ago. Yet people want to treat this almost like the Super Bowl of political blaming.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. There's also emails in this file specifically from Jeffrey encouraging as much tribalism and division as possible with none other than Peter Thiel, allegedly. So keep that in mind as we begin to read these documents over the next couple hours, because I really do. I believe this, that a lot of this, they've had 20 years, essentially a little less than 20 years to figure out what they wanted to dump to the public. So keep that in mind. All the politicians, everybody decided that this is what the public needed only.
Yeah.
Yes, Crystal, I think Cecil's going to grab a picture of that.
Yep.
Whoop, whoop, Ronnie.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. There's no bad time for a whoop.
That's right. Well, and that's the thing too, like I said, it's she is exactly right. You're exactly right. This is just more of the same. To me, anybody who had an association with him after he was convicted in 2008 is at the very best culpable. And I'm being generous. Because if we knew what he did. He got a sweetheart deal because of everything he had and everybody he knew. So up until that point, okay, you might have been able to say, oh, well, I didn't know. And I think you were full of shit, pardon my language, but I might be willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. But if you continued that relationship after then, no. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people mentioning wood chippers the last few days, and I'm right there with them. And I'm not talking about some driver who knew and didn't say anything. You start putting the powerful people in those chippers, then maybe next time somebody will think about it.
Well, something that I wanted to make a note of before we get into this, whenever they let all this loose, they specifically said that they excluded images of death.
Death, physical abuse, injury, pornography. I mean, he said it in the announcement from the White House. These are the things we didn't include. But I love the fact that he says that although the act allows the withholding for items necessary to keep secret in the interest of national security and foreign policy, no files were being withheld for that. Bullshit.
Yeah.
That is the fact that you felt the need to say that tells me everything I need to know.
When they said that there weren't going to be any new prosecutions after they said they excluded images of death and the conversation surrounding that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
Yep.
But I got one that ain't on the list that I wanted to share first. This one's kind of wild. So this is from Barry Johnson or Josephson. And I think I'm going to have to Google these people in real time because there's a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So he's an American film producer. He's produced movies like Dirty Grandpa, Enchanted, Disenchanted, Hide and Seek. Someone Mary Berry. But anywho, so they're emailing me back and forth, and this is from presumably him to Jeffrey Epstein because the original chain was from him. And he says, cool, I'm excited. Also, I've been thinking a lot about that question you asked Bill Gates. How do we get rid of the poor people as a whole? and I have an answer and comment regarding that for you. When can I call you today to discuss this? Full stop. How do we get rid of all the poor people?
What year was that?
I already closed the tab.
Bummer.
Yep.
I don't know. I'd like to know how he speculated on doing it and how close we are. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, another thing is we're going through this.
I'm like, I think there's like 12 tiers of wealth, and I'm like at tier number 3, and the top tier is like 12.
It's like the Hunger Games. You know, number 13 got destroyed during the invasion. So, yeah, Appalachia was in that like number 11 in the Hunger Games.
I will say, as we go through, some of these links are already dead. I started on Monday not looking at docs myself, and I've accumulated all of these throughout the week. Some of them are dead already because they're actively pulling documents that they think are problematic. So I've got the amounts of times certain people's names have hit, that's all changed. So take this for what you will. Like some of this stuff ain't gonna exist anymore, but some of it is. I don't know if one of you want to take the first link. Do you just want to roll down the list straight down?
Oh, yeah, but one I do want to throw, and I did not send it to you because when I went back to pull it back up, it had been removed. And, because they said that they were covering things like the victims' names and personal information of the victims.
That's not always true.
No, because that was a big thing, is how many people's names. But the reason that this one stood out, and I wish I'd have screenshot it, and I knew better. I should have screenshot it, but I was busy at the moment. But it was a letter that had the person that Epstein was talking to was redacted. The victim's name was not redacted. And then the person that this person and Epstein were discussing was redacted. And Epstein's comment was, "This is the most sick, perverted son of a bitch I've ever seen in my life." For Epstein to say that is insane.
I'll have to check, Carrie.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, honestly. It may. I'll check. I'll check a couple of the links.
Before we get into it, you want to see that photo that Crystal was talking about of him?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and throw that out there. Supposedly, this is people are thinking that this fellow with the long hair and the beard is Epstein. I don't know. It's possible. Didn't they have a picture of him though with his injuries and whatnot?
Well, you remember the mortician saying that
that's where I was going.
The dude in the picture was still alive.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, let's take a closer gander at him. Enhance. Let's see.
I always love the enhancement capabilities that forensics has on television, and working in an industry where I have to enhance stuff all the time. They're so full of it.
I mean, it is strange. Like, if this isn't him, who is this guy that has like security guards all around him that I've never seen?
It is very similar.
Very similar, yeah. It is very similar.
I mean, and this is in Tel Aviv, so Wayback Machine does not work, Carrie. It's the way they have it set up with the authentication. It's just taking me back to the authentication page. I'm going to try a different capture.
I don't know. It does kind of look like him with a beard and long hair. I mean, I don't know. That'd be something, wouldn't it, if it comes out to be him?
And there's not an old picture of him with a full beard like that, so there's really not a way to compare it to. Oh yeah, back here in 87, he had a beard.
Yeah.
I'll show you what it's doing, Carrie, and for everybody else listening. When you try to throw these into the Wayback Machine, it's going back to the "Are you 18 years of age?" and then
That's the craziest thing for me. Checking something on the government website, and you have to be 18 years older or older to see it.
Even though it's about children,
Yeah.
It was okay for children to be in the files, but you have to be over 18 to view the files. Not that I want my kids looking at this crap when they're that young, but
be careful looking through this stuff too. I've heard that people are starting to run across pictures of teenagers.
I have heard that too.
That aren't clothed and things of this nature.
That's one thing I saw somebody in like a bra, but I never seen any nudity while I was looking through.
That's good.
Well, I was only able to go through the first 1.4 million pages since the beginning of the week, but
Tully's like, I've already went through 3.1 million.
Yeah, I was pretty locked in. Locked in this week.
I want to tell you, and like I said, a lot of that stuff is hard to read. And okay, trigger warning, y'all. This subject matter, but I think I was telling you about Sasha Riley, the guy that is in the military now. He's out of the country, won't come back to this country because of all this that's coming out and everything. And he ended up contacting a reporter in Canada and agreed to tell his story if the reporter promised not to redact anything, not to enhance, just to use what he gave her. And they did like 6 1-hour sessions. His father adopted him at 6 years old, strictly to traffic him. His stepfather was one of the Epstein pilots. I got through the first one, and I can't bring myself to listen to the other 5. I mean,
it doesn't surprise me.
Horrendous, And when I listen to stuff like that and I read some of this, not that I ever question, because if 1 person, 2 person said, oh, this happened, okay, maybe. When 25 say it and they're all pretty damn similar, okay. When 1,000 say it, come on, people. I mean, this isn't just made up. And like I said, to hear some of these people in their own voices talk about the things that they went through, it's just, like I said, wood chippers, every one of them. Start on the top and go down the list.
Let's get it.
If you guys want to follow along, I've sent the link there in the chat. You can just go ahead and pull it on up.
That's absolutely true, Ronnie. I touched on it just a little bit, but I have a theory about all this. I don't even know that he was the blackmailer. I don't know I think he was just a procurement person.
Yeah. Well, when we covered this originally, we talked about the fact that everything points to the fact that he was an agent for Israel. I mean, we followed the trail. I have seen more people go, oh my God, he might have ties to Mossad. Like, y'all should listen to our show. We've already discussed all of this.
Yeah,
right?
There's proof.
Yes.
And there's dotted lines to KGB, MI6, CIA. Yep. There's a picture. I didn't bring it, but I can throw it in the videos for our video watch. It's Epstein in a room with a bunch of totes, and all the totes have CIA clearly printed on them.
Mm-hmm.
And that came from the files. But out of the millions of documents, that's what I've gathered, because there's not really anything in the documents related to blackmail.
No.
There's lots of documents related to procurement, but nothing related to actually blackmailing people.
Somebody made a point today, and it's funny but not funny. Like I said, nothing about this situation is funny, but Bill Gates is mentioned multiple times.
Yeah.
And somebody said,
a lot.
The guy who invented basically the internet that we know today doesn't have enough sense to get rid of email proof. that stuff's still floating around out there.
There's some shocking people in here. Like,
yes.
The creator of TED Talks is in here. Like, just all kinds of random people that you just, it's so
Yeah.
bizarre that they're even in here, but then they're involved in weird stuff.
Mhm.
Well, Louis J. Gomez and Big J. Okerson's in there. They made a joke of it, but they read the email on their podcast, and it was essentially somebody emailing him like, "Hey, you want to go to this? The Big J. Okerson and Louis J. Gomez is going to be headlining."
Jon Stewart on the Daily Show is mentioned in it twice. And I read that one, and he read it on the air, and it was so funny because it says, "Yeah, we want to do this documentary, this, that, or the other, and I think we should get somebody like get Jon Stewart or somebody like that to do the narration."
Yeah,
And
there's a lot of talk about famous people, so you got to sift through, which is what we'll.
you do, and your name being in these files does not immediately mean, "Oh my God,
That's true.
they did this."
Which is why we
But-
wanted to. We can put the links in the chat as we go along too, so that people have direct links to what we're talking about.
I'll take care of that because I can't read good.
Because everything that we're about to talk about is directly linked to a visible file in the archive.
Are we starting at the main top?
I think we just roll down. Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
go for it.
let me tell them I'm not a robot and that I'm 18.
First file is in the chat, y'all. So
All
if you're
right.
on the computer or wherever you may be, you can hop on over.
All right. So and the one that I'm looking at is the Mossad
Mhm.
link. That's okay. Just making sure we're in the same spot.
I'll even
Okay.
share.
Okay, cool. So close, damn it.
Scroll down on that.
Yeah. Okay, so this date of con Yep.
Where it's like, I think the paragraph we're interested in is the third one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so page 1, paragraph number 3. Okay, yep, that's where I'm at. That's where I was at. Okay, so Jeffrey Epstein was represented by Dershowitz. CHS remembered Dershowitz tell Alex Acosta, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida at the time, that Epstein belonged to both the U.S. and allied intelligence agencies. CHS shared phone calls between Dershowitz and Epstein during which he or she took notes. After these calls, Mossad would then call Dershowitz to debrief. Epstein was close to the former Prime Minister of Israel, Ehud Barak, and trained as a spy under him. Barak believed Netanyahu was a criminal. Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the United Arab Emirates are allied against Qatar, Turkey, Iran, and Syria. One of CHS's, and this is redacted, who presumably worked, redacted, asked CHS a lot of questions about Epstein. CHS became convinced that Epstein was a co-opted Mossad agent.
Something to point out here too, just in the paragraph above, it says it mentions Josh and Jared Kushner.
Mm-hmm.
And if you remember, there's spots where people are saying that like Jared Kushner is controlling everything right now, like behind the scenes.
I can see that.
So it's very odd that he would come up in the same conversation.
Mm-hmm. And it does point out too that they were both students of Dershowitz.
Yep.
So
I don't think there's any if you had a question about whether he was an intelligence asset, there you go.
Mm-hmm. And see, we figured it out before they released it. Ha.
I think they try to make it ambiguous, like people may not find stuff to point toward the latter. But here's what they're going to say: none of this can be proved.
Mm-hmm.
None of this can be proved at all.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
so
like I think the very minimum, and we've talked about this. I think everybody that actually has like a meaningful part in this, so not like Big J Okerson, but like this. I think these people should be summoned to court with a jury of their peers and let the jury determine if they're innocent or not. That's all I'm going to say about it.
I think that they should also have a lie detector hooked up to them while they're being questioned.
Yes.
I wonder what I wonder what that little section right there said.
I don't know. Let me see if it'll let me highlight it.
No, I mean this right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the redacted part. Yeah, I'm seeing if it'll let me
Oh, they ain't gonna
Because
let you
before they figured out, see, here's the thing is, and I think they probably learned this from the last dump, and that's why they took so long to do this, because they were 2 months out of compliance on dumping this stuff. But they were doing a lot of this redacting in Microsoft Word and using the black highlight to cover it. And you remember after they did that first dump, people were able to copy and paste it and put it into Word and see what was there.
Greatest minds on the planet.
Right? Yeah, no, they've gotten better at it, because yeah, it will not show me what's under the redaction.
All right.
So yeah, this is our government. They're using Microsoft Word highlight to redact.
Let's pull up the next one, Cecil.
Oh Lord, jeez, that's funny to me.
Okay.
They should have just did it in paint.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, at least they could have, scribbled over it, and you wouldn't have been able to see that.
All right, let me be 18 here. Which paragraph?
I can't see it.
What she said.
Hang on. I'm gonna have to pull it up. It's a little small for me.
I'm pulling them up too. And be nice, Cecil.
I just found this redacted document. Let me get this pulled up real quick.
Okay, I'm just gonna start at the top. So I will, yes, lots of videos. I'll notify you when they're posted. There were some excellent talks by the usual gang of suspects and scoundrels. My truck made it fine, and I premiered my out-of-body experience, which is a very robust effect. Basically get you to completely dark adapt, and then you look at your body, and I paint the image very vividly on your retina, and then you look up at the ceiling. I got Saul Werman. If you could Google these people as I'm going, that would be awesome. Because all these people are famous, I think, in some way.
I'll start pulling it.
Okay. Saul Werman. Who is that?
He's an architect, author, information graphic designer.
He created TED Talks. That's the dude.
Yep, that's him.
So I got Saul Werman and many others to see their bodies floating on the ceiling and other interesting perceptual effects. A big hit along with my levitating water device. Our noble goal was to get permanently banned from Staten Island, but while the fire department came and closed down the rocket merry-go-rounds, stopped us from shooting watermelons at the Statue of Liberty, it was just a great nerd fest. You would have enjoyed. Lots of fun people. And my good friend Lisa Randall came for the morning too. Later this month, I'm moderating a distinguished panel at the big Twitter conference with John Klein, Ariana Huffington, Caprice Young, blah, 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 blah. I've been concerned that with the information pipelines becoming so inexpensive, if not basically free, we are rapidly transitioning from an age of information to an age of misinformation. The democratization of information, where anybody can say anything or anything and all is represented on an equal playing field regardless of merit, is not necessarily good. Misinformation and its subset of disinformation is rapidly drowning out information. And Twitter, by its very constraints, robs information of its most important quality, context. So let's see. One of these people is directly related to the Mormon Church, and I can't remember which one because I was Googling all these names and stuff.
Is it Peter Hirschberg?
Maybe, but the Mormon Church is going to come up again in a weird way here in a few minutes. It's almost like a reoccurring theme. And I've always thought the LDS was sketchy. So,
this fella predicts a little situation here. It looks like See that? Predict a great shallowness, overcoming and destroying this planet. Neat. Nothing scary about that at all.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the. I think it was at the top. Maybe. Hang on. The original. Okay, this is what's weird. If all the way at the top of that, there's small
I was
text
reading that.
that says the original Senate funding came out of Congress and Wayne Owens, senator from Utah. I was there, and argues against it. Had to meet with the head of the Mormon Church. That's at the top of this document.
Mm-hmm.
That from Jeffrey Epstein, he met with the head of the Mormon Church. So there's proof of that, at least his word.
Mm-hmm.
That'll come back up in a minute.
Yeah.
The next document. I agree, Carrie. There's a lot, and the victims have a hard time speaking out too in the LDS because they got so much money. Another thing that's going to be a reoccurring theme as we get through these is their ability to pay money to have things swept off the internet, either through Google search preferences. And there's also one where he has somebody edit his Wikipedia. Anybody can edit Wikipedia, but if I went to try to change Abraham Lincoln's birthday, guess what? It's going to be changed back in 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But they were basically bragging about how they were changing his Wikipedia to remove the sexual trafficking mentions. So this one, I just wanted to say, let's see. So I was washing. This is from Brandon Thompson. Today I was washing the brushes, cleaning all the lime washes, preparing myself to go back home as Mr. Epstein walked in. I showed him the sample that I worked on last night. We have to recall how early 19C house was operating. There was no AC. The heating was just from the fireplace, blah, 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 blah. I succeeded in my effort to show Mr. Epstein. To my surprise, he liked it. I also like the lime wash columns, which what I call bald. The covering the surface with lime wash is an initial step for finishing them. We had a short conversation and further cleared furniture misunderstandings. He wants me to finish each column different, as when he was living with Pope John Paul II in the Vatican.
Mm-hmm.
So, take that for what you will. There's probably shitloads of misinformation in these files, but there's nuggets of truth here and there.
I was going to say, I don't disagree with that at all about, there being tons of misinformation, but when you have actual printouts of actual emails, who would even think to make that up?
Exactly. I mean, unless it's the agencies that's disseminating this information.
Right.
It's just like you're sitting in the back room in 2020, like, hey, what should we put in here? What if he was at the Pope's house or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, we're just spitballing stuff to make up. That's the only other way.
Yep. I mean, and hey, and this is no insult to anybody that practices, but the Catholic Church has been one of the biggest pedophilia rings in the world, if not the biggest. And
I don't think that's a coincidence. Again, this is a procurement guy, and who better to procure kids from than a organization that has lots and lots of access to children. Same with LDS. If you think about it.
Yep.
So religious organizations would be perfect as a child pipeline if the leaders would allow it.
Who washes the brushes?
Well, okay.
That's the most conspicuous part.
Yeah.
If you're an artist, that's just something you do. I wash brushes too, damn it. But
I'll tell you what.
Ross said he just beat the devil out of it.
Okay.
You want to hit one more and take a quick break and then come back?
The one about the Kevin Marsh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I got that one. All right. So this one was from December of 2010. Here is the list I just sent Harvey redacted. Now, I kind of wonder, too, about who that Harvey is, because we all know another one that's...
He's in here a bunch, too.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Okay, so how many people are with you tomorrow? Do you know? Redacted. Steve Cohen next door. Just met him. And Larry Gogo next to the Ile-de-France. Keep me posted. Then the response is, please look over this. I think Roman's vote is bigger than Ron Perlman's. Here's a list of everyone I know that's coming down so far. Please advise when and where to screen. Then you've got St. Martha Christmas 2010, the Ile-de-France, Hotel Tijuana.
Scroll down, Cecil.
Yeah. So then you've got...
He's on a list of people. This is a list of people.
Right. So we've got Arthur Achel, Arthur Sell, Jimmy Buffett, Nicholas Berggren, Larry Gagosian, Peter Brandt, Antoine Verglas, Charles Cohen, Jim Coleman, Bob Colacello, Patrick DeMarchelier, Roberto de Gardialo Jr., Phil Falcone, Frederick Fakai, Sam Bassett, John Hess, Larry Gagosian, David Geffen, Woody Johnson, George Economo, Kevin Warsh.
That's who. That's why I wanted to pull this one.
Right. Yeah. And the thing about it is, I put you money that all of these names, even though I don't know the majority of them, if you start Googling them, they're going to be well-to-do people.
All of them. But Kevin Warsh, if you don't know, is who they just nominated as the head of the Federal Reserve.
Yep.
So this is the guy that just took over the global money superpower that is the Federal Reserve.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This fella right here. Wow. Weird looking fella.
And, you know, and occasionally I'll come and do not in any way think that I'm shocked, but sometimes I see a name that I get really disappointed, you know, and I'm a huge Ron Perlman fan, so that just breaks my heart. But
I'm not.
Yeah.
I've always got bad vibes from that dude. I don't know what it is.
You know, and I'm not, let me put it that, I will revisit that. Yeah, I can see that completely. I like his acting ability.
I got you. I got you.
I mean, because like I said, he has a very wide range and everything. So like I said, yeah, I get disappointed when I see Lorne Michaels. Wasn't he like a big director or something?
Lorne Michaels is the guy that created SNL, is he not?
That's what I was thinking. That. Yep, that's him.
Yeah. Crystal, you're just now hearing about the Tom Hanks stuff?
Brett Ratner.
There's some shady stuff with old Tommy.
I think he fled the country.
Yeah.
Like he was deep into it. He was, what was the dude's name? Cappy? That he probably had murdered.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, so like
allegedly.
Martha Stewart, you know, a lot of people would be shocked by her, but that one doesn't shock me even a little bit because, you know, I've always felt like she was a very cutthroat type of person. Hey, and there's Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, he's got his own section in here. It's none of it's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna take a short break and then we'll be back to get into
this will be a fun thing for you to Google on this break, Crystal. Tom Hanks and Isaac Cappy.
Yeah, maybe don't Google that. If you have TikTok, just put that into TikTok or something. Do probably get a video of somebody explaining it, maybe.
Yep. We'll be right back. Go get
All
you
right.
a drink.
Get a drink, we'll be back and rolling.
Yeah. Yeah.
But wait, there's more! The bees are dying, and our survival depends on them. That's why 4RB's created the Pure Wave Cell, a breakthrough quantum device proven to help hives thrive, doubling colonies and boosting honey production naturally. Every jar of our Pure Wave honey fuels this mission, supporting beekeepers worldwide. Visit 4RBs.com. That's the number 4RBs.com, and use code WITF for 20% off. Save the bees! Save us all!
Well, hello, everyone, and we're going to interrupt our normally scheduled programming tonight to continue on with the sorry crisis the world is in right now.
The saga of the Epstein files.
The Epstein files.
The Epstein files.
You know, and here's the thing: if it's something you're interested in, like I said, I mean, there's a whole entire website dedicated to it, and you're still not going to see anything that is the smoking gun. The without a question, this person did this, and this, because they're not going to let you see that. You know,
Yeah,
they're going to give you enough, and I have to wonder too. For them to drop 3.5 million pages this week, what are we missing?
Well, they were supposed to do it forever ago.
They were. But that kind of a dump, because
they said that they are still withholding millions, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like 2.5 million pages. And like we were talking earlier, if you're just joining us, the gentleman who was doing the press announcement from the White House point blank said, we did release the things that had murder and torture and, I'm ad-libbing here, but I mean, on television, you can pull him up saying it. So those things exist, and they do exist in the Epstein files, but they're not going to release that because then they're going to almost have to hold somebody responsible and punish them. If it is so in everybody's face that they don't have a choice but to believe it, then they're not going to release that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be, this is going to sound nihilistic, but I don't know if any of these bad actors got on national TV and was like doing these nefarious things at this point. I don't know that there would be an uprising.
No, I do not disagree with you.
And there's evidence in some of here, like with the whole tribalism thing. Part of this could be to just desensitize people.
Oh yeah.
Like rotten.com, you know what I mean? Or like, what was the other ones, like Visions of Death or whatever? It's just
one thing I did see, and I don't know how far it'll go. I don't know how far removed it is. I don't know how much of it is to try to get people to a point where they're not as pissed off, but there are like 9 countries that are opening Faces of Death. I remember that. That's where I heard about chilled monkey brains.
What? Don't answer that.
Look it up, Tully. You can use it on your cooking show. But anyway,
ever seen involving a monkey was in a Faces of Death video.
Mm-hmm. There are like 9 countries that are opening their own investigations now into the Epstein files from what was released. Because it wasn't just happening here, people.
No. The next one we cover, I want to read it.
Okay, go right ahead.
This one comes from Sultan Ahmed bin Salim.
He's a billionaire.
He's a billionaire.
He was pretty much the guy that brought Dubai to the place it is now.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's a 7 times billionaire.
Yeah, something like that. He's one of Dubai's most prominent business and political families since the early 20th century. He's a member of that. He sent Jeffrey Epstein this little thing. I was reading over this. I was like, okay.
It's bizarre.
Well, it's a joke. It's a weird one. He says,
what's the punchline?
I'll tell you. You'll see.
Okay.
Hillary Clinton goes to her doctor for a checkup only to find out she's pregnant. She's furious. ... Here she is in the middle of dealing with Libyan mess. Now this happens to her. She goes home, gets Bill on the phone, and immediately starts screaming. You bastard. How can you let this happen with all that's going on right now? You go and get me pregnant. How could you? I can't believe this. I've just found out I'm 5 weeks pregnant and it's all your fault. Well, what do you have to say? There's nothing on the phone. She screams again. Did you hear me? And very silently, Bill whispers, who's speaking?
Bizarre though that the billionaire builder of Dubai is sending this kind of message to Epstein.
He sent it directly to him. I hear there's a lot of Bill Clinton like stuff like that all over it, but that's a joke apparently, because you never know who Bill might have got pregnant.
That's true. Maybe that's just a running joke from his escapades or something.
Maybe so, because I'll be honest with you, Tully, I didn't catch the punchline either until Cecil read it.
Well, I mean, she would have been extremely old to be pregnant, even at that point.
Yeah. Yep.
This next one might get us in trouble.
That's fine.
Okay.
We're just going to roll with it.
So you want me to go or you want it?
It's short.
Okay. So this one is from Redacted. Now, why are they redacting this person?
It's signed though.
Yeah. Where did we see? I didn't see a sign. Oh, yeah, I did. Never mind. I hadn't read that far yet. So, thanks. Thrilling Hunt. Arianda Rothschild.
Tell us who that is.
That's like the granddaughter.
She's a French banker and CEO of the Edmond D. Rothschild's Group since March of 2023. first woman, first person without Rothschild lineage to hold Rothschild branded financial institution. So she must have married into the family.
Mm-hmm.
She was born in San Salvador. Her father, a German national, born in 1929. I'm not going to go through the whole thing.
No, but it's important who she represents.
Yeah, but she married Benjamin D. Rothschild, son of Edmund D. Rothschild, heir to Edmund D. Rothschild Group.
Cool. So then she goes into his response is great photo. Got it. Amazing old male and amazing hunt. My bankers should be careful.
Ooh.
Might not mean anything, but
Might not.
it's a point of interest.
Yes. But again, like I say, they leave the signature there, but they took the time to redact the email address and the name.
In the next one, we're going to see a lot of this where you think there's typos and weird stuff in these emails. And one of these, like if you look, new Brazilian just arrived, sexy and cute,
Oh God.
equals 9 years old.
Yeah.
That was from redacted to Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep. And I think that's why some of these countries are opening their own cases, because like I said, as long as it was just happening on, Epstein Island and in the US, then, oh yeah, they demoted Prince Andrew from Prince, but he's, whatever. But nobody else has really had to step up. But then when you start seeing like this, then, you start seeing, okay, this was not just a USA problem. It's a worldwide problem.
It is global. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is fucking disgusting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But people need to see this.
Yes.
The next one is about, and we're just getting, not that any of these are any heavier or less heavy than the other ones. We're just trying to get through them. But this goes into what we were talking about a minute ago with manipulating search results. And this is from Al Seckel. If you want to look up who that is, I'm not sure. But he says, Jeff, I'm very happy to report to you today that we've managed to get some very positive results already. This was not the case as of yesterday when we checked. So the bots may have just made their rounds, taking our work into effect. If you typed your name into Google News, the first article that came up to the very top was most recent stuff. And as you scroll down, there were other articles. If you typed the name plus pedophile, you would get scores of results from news, blogs, and other entries. Now, if you type your name, you'll see endless pages of Google News about every other Jeffrey Epstein, but you will not find any more news articles about you. Even if you type your name plus pedophile into a direct search, no documents will turn up. We did this by effectively creating massive amounts of links, search engine parameters to all the other Epstein's etc. Of course, if new articles appear, we will have to deal with them on a case-by-case basis. So this is absolute proof that the results that you see on Google are curated to the point where if you're powerful enough, if you're a politician, if you're in a position of power, you can pay for public perception.
Yeah, and this is my favorite thing about this person now, Seckel. Where did I see that at? Active in the free thought movement as a skeptic in 1980s. So I don't like free thought movement, but you're manipulating free thought essentially. Yeah.
And here's the thing that I didn't realize this, because this guy is an artist and a collector. But when you get down into his personal life, as Tully's reading this, I'm like, why would this artist have anything to do with this? Well, his last wife, who he married in 2007, was Isabel Maxwell, who was the co-founder of Magellan, the early search engine that Excite bought out.
She's related to Ghislaine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, like I said, it's
I always butcher her name.
Yeah, I always do too, because So there are other, like I said, when you start looking into this stuff, like I said, of course, Isabel Maxwell would know how to manipulate a search engine.
And that's
She's-
perfect for our next article.
She's Ghislaine's sister.
There you go. There's your
Okay.
direct link.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of Maxwell,
All right. So this one, Robert, okay, this was from Jeffrey to whoever. And the subject is he was passed away. So Robert Maxwell threatened Mossad. He told them that unless they gave him 400...
Wait.
Oh, wait. Am I on the wrong one?
No, this is it. But I was mentioning earlier that those equal signs, I think the equal signs are like this, almost like an encryption that they're using for code words.
Maybe so, because it's the letter H and an X, an equal sign, which you would just read as he.
Yeah, I don't know if like maybe H represents a person. You know what I mean? Like a person that they didn't want to put their full name in here.
Right. So yeah, he said that unless they gave him, and he uses this equal sign in multiple places in this one, unless they gave him 400 million pounds to save his crumbling empire, and he would expose all he had done for them. In that time, he had free access to Margaret Thatcher's Downing Street, to Ronald Reagan's White House, to the Kremlin, and to the corridors of power throughout Europe. Maxwell passed on all the secrets he learned to Mossad in Tel Aviv. In turn, they tolerated his excesses, vanities, and insatiable appetite for a luxurious lifestyle and women. He told his controllers who they should target and how they should do it. He appointed himself as Israel's unofficial ambassador to the Soviet bloc. Then it's an equal C2, please note. And like I said, you've got these equal signs all over this thing.
Yep. And sometimes, just like the other one was like equals 9-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes it could be a formatting issue, but sometimes I think it is code for something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know that the attorney-client blurb, if the equals in that means anything.
Yeah.
But in the body, sometimes it looks like it might.
Okay, so just at a glance, based on the released 2003 birthday book compiled for Jeffrey Epstein, the equal symbol was used in a specific note to separate names and a phrasing describing an alleged transaction between Epstein and Trump. The context, the note accompanied a photo of Epstein holding an oversized novelty $22,500 check. The text reads, Jeffrey showing early talents with money plus women, sells fully depreciated, redacted, equals Donald Trump for $22,500. The equal appears to be used in a crude shorthand manner similar to the plus sign to connect the subject, the redacted person, to the buyer in a joke about the transaction.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought is like it's saying H told them. We just don't know who H is in this.
Right.
The next one is from Jeffrey Epstein to somebody. And it says, do you want me to try to do her or just torture her on blank? Do you want me to do her or just torture her on Friday? Who's that? Pop that Tancredi name into Google and see if it pops anything up. Tancredi
Macchiella. I gotcha.
You can copy that, Cecil.
Yeah.
It'll let you highlight it.
Let me do my thing, man. Let's see. He's not popping up like on Google.
I've got him here. It's Tancredi Salvatore Maria Marchioli is a London-based hedge fund manager and director known for his work in the financial services sector, specifically within investment advisory. He is a partner at Brimnan Capital LLP, a firm that provides investment advisory services in the UK. And he's listed as the active director for multiple companies. He was mentioned in the Epstein files in a relationship to an email sent in 2016. He commented on the atmosphere at British football matches.
This was 2011.
Yep.
Look at the stamp on it.
So evidently, there's one from 2016 also.
So what's he talking to a hedge fund manager about torture for?
Yeah.
Right here's
European banker.
Right here's apparently something that I love the torture video and just torture her.
Oh yeah, that's in. Well, I've got that bookmarked. I think
it's from this guy. That's what popped up when I searched his name.
That one's kind of a short one, but
on September 9th, yeah, more expensive complications referred to.
So this next one's short too. It's from Sultan bin Sulayman to Epstein. Said, had lunch at the Elysee Palace, had a nice conversation with the French Minister of Economy, Mr. Macron, regarding our business and friends. And again, you've got that equal sign at the end of, that's the two places I've seen it. So far, this is the third one I've read that equal sign is either used where you would see an E or a G. Don't know if that's relevant.
Yeah. It's weird that he says our business to Jeff.
Yeah.
So, and also weird that Mr. Macron eventually became the president of France, where he still is today, I think.
Yep.
So yeah, that was 10 years ago.
Yep.
Wow. That's weird. 2016 was 10 years ago.
Yeah. Let's see. So the next one is, so some of this isn't all doom and gloom. I put weird stuff in here too.
Well, and it just shows you how far reaching, even outside of the atrocities, even the things that on the surface seem like they're business related or something. How many hands did he have? How many pies did he have his hand in?
Yeah. So there's one section on this that I wanted to read. It's a lot, but so who is this supposed to be from at the top?
It says agent.
Okay. Well, they say, I'm just going to read this. It says, if you need anything else or have any leads you want me to pass on to the folks in the military in charge under the president, you can send them to Redacted. Again, you are a stupid version of worthless motherfuckers I'm dealing with. Catching you only took a few dozen emails, some payments, and no calls. Do you remember the hypergraph blockchain protocols in place include the quantum financial system? So keep the $100, but I use that as a timestamp trap to catch you. The Zelle payment. Rectify that with the emails I'm attaching here. My God, you're fucking dumb. Where are the other payments? We'll find them all. So good luck in the investigation. Spend the next few weeks thinking quietly to yourself about who else you can bring in as trades for your own future well-being. Epstein was pretty important in that way. By the way, what's the chance your laser guy from California from the 516 get your shit together if you're going to help us? Our quantum technology is 3 billion times more sophisticated than the occult Illuminati shit you did with Redacted in June 2020 to change your phone number to some laser parlor. Copying Redacted, who's the most fake, wholesome appearing criminal here and is deathly afraid of shame and public accountability.
Well, I know who that is.
Who?
Bill BG, probably.
Oh, yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? The one sentence here that's kind of messed up. Quantum technology is 3 billion more times sophisticated than the occult Illuminati shit you did with blank in June of 2020 to change your phone number to some laser parlor. I mean, we have suspected that there's quantum technology out there, but it's just crazy to see an agent saying this stuff.
This guy's obviously from Clay County.
I'm just looking at some of the stuff he's saying in this.
But yeah, that is weird. I mean, I'm trying to find if this might be like one of those satire things that they've got rolling around on this, but this does not look. Yeah, like right here, some D-class shit. Like this doesn't look like satire.
Well, and then there's something you get on down. It says what this email is about. So it's like he sent this to a group of people. Like, okay, I'm putting it all out on the line, So evidently, whoever this was fired from somewhere illegally.
This might have been totally because he said this exact phrase to me before when he was mad at me on the change it.
Or how about this one, guys? Okay, because we've talked about this in the past. Because many of your Silicon Valley criminal ring accomplices already attempted to use your Looking Glass shit. So you think maybe that's...
There's another reference to Looking Glass that we'll get to.
Okay.
Wow.
It's funny you say that. I missed that, actually.
Yep. Like I said, yeah, I've just been kind of, scrolling through, just kind of glancing. And he has referred to occult and occultist behavior multiple times in here.
Look at that. Yeah. This one right here is the one that we need to focus on a little bit. Like we need to read through this one.
Or here you go. Below roughly is what I would recommend when this email catches up with you. Attached are deliberate leaks of confidential information and contacts that violate terms of estimate deals, including a deal I signed with Google. If you didn't understand yet, I'm running shit. I started on this long ago, decades ago. The traps I've set are simply momentous. I'm copying some of this to random people just to directly violate the NDAs. I mean, so like I said, this guy's pissed at somebody.
Yeah.
I'm putting that link in the chat. This one right here might be a pretty important one. We just need to, there's no way to know who sent this. So, it's the entire email for everybody to read. So if you
wait a minute. There is an online email address down there at the bottom. I don't know if they just didn't think it mattered or maybe it's a dead link, but I'm fixing to go look for it. Yep, that page isn't working.
Yeah.
Well, we need to roll.
All right.
You're dropping them in the chat, so people's got them. There's crazy stuff in all these. Every document that we get to is going to be equally as crazy in some way. This next one's wild, though.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to, you can hit that one, Morgana, if you want to.
All right. So this is from Paul Krasner. Don't know who this guy is. And it's going to Epstein. And he has forwarded what it looks like is something from James Drugas. Hi, Paul. I've been spending lots of time with Erwin Corey and his family past 2 weeks, especially. He was in the hospital until the last week, and then he died a few hours ago peacefully at home in bed. Last night, he told me Trump will be assassinated soon. He was eager to learn the news each day. I asked him if he would join the anti-Trump rallies when he gained strength. Doctors thought he might live many months. Alas, he was laughing and smiling till the end and frowning about Trump. Warm and loving regards, Jim Drugas. My friend Elena, a young comedian, was here with him most nights. Erwin says he used to say he will live to 147. Elena explained that 102 is 147 in comedian years.
So this is Paul Krasner. He was a comedian, I'm pretty sure.
That's who it went to, though.
That face.
Oh, is that who it went to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, never mind.
James Drugas sent it to Paul Krasner. Then Paul sent it to
Jeff. Yeah. So I couldn't find who Jim Drugas was.
Drugas. Okay.
Under the name Paul Mall.
Well, there's a vascular surgeon in the Carolinas. I'm sorry, Roanoke, Virginia. So let me add this. James Drugas Epstein connection. Okay, let's see.
All this pulling up is
Yeah.
these files.
Yeah,
Might
that's
be a
all I'm
mystery
finding too.
character.
Huh?
Might be a mystery character.
Yeah. Yep.
It might not.
Because
His name might not be that too. Like there was a James Douglas. He was he's a character outside of history. What was he? He was something. This could be somebody doing like a play on a name or something. Huh. If anybody out there knows who James Drugas is, go ahead and send us a little information about him.
okay.
You got to read the next one from the
Yeah.
bottom up.
That's what I was just looking at, is because they specify. Okay, so this one starts out, this is September of 2013. It's to Ismo Alex Gorlin. It's a letter of recommendation. And boy, they destroyed that word. Anyway, hello. I hope this message finds you well. As a perpetual student, I decided to apply to the graduate program online, History of Art, as I still have to work during the day. The school is the Academy of Art University in San Francisco. Strangely enough, they want a letter of recommendation in a form of email and not an actual letter that you did already. Would you be so kind and send a short few lines email letter to this person, Melissa Reinhold? See the address below. CC me on that. And then, is this the kind of recommendation I should send? And this is from whoever Ismo is. So evidently that's, I don't know. So this is intended as a letter of recommendation for redacted, hereinafter referred to as, I first met her when she was a homeless waif around 20 years ago. Feeling bad for her, I took her under my wing and proceeded to sexually abuse her. Needless to say, we had some fun, if you know what I mean. I have watched blank turn into a thriving dominatrix over the last 2 decades, entrapping men from all walks of life. She has made a great career and livelihood out of standing around and looking good in clothing. We should all be so lucky. I would highly recommend that you accept her to your program, providing, of course, that you have 2 openings, because tag along will also want to go. Feel free to contact me and I'll give you some good stories. Then the response to that is, this one is even better than a previous one. Just write how smart, intellectually curious, and academically is your friend is. Thank you again so much, Major Pigeon.
But do you think that they're trying to be like they play ball, like by saying that? You know what I mean?
Maybe so. The next one actually comes up and they forgot to redact Mark Epstein's name. So that's who this person is conversing with. So his response is, I'm getting better with age. And then their response is, LOL in writings for sure. Please make sure to include in recommendation email all your fat and pompous titles.
Mercy.
So, merci.
Yeah, this right here. So the Alexander guy, Alexander Gorlin, right at the very beginning, he's an architect.
Okay.
So they must be trying to get him involved and get this person hired in through Alexander Gorlin's architect company or something. I don't know.
Gotcha.
So that's neat. Prince Andrew.
Yeah, this one is just the original message at the bottom. It just says, back in the 90s, Maxwell recruited a girl for a modeling career. Instead of modeling, she was sold as a sex slave. Prince Andrew was an accessory to her death as he tortured her and me to force her murder. I need to get a passport to identify her, and I will need someone to contact the passport office to get an expedited passport. And this, I'm assuming that this person is emailing, because this goes all the way up to 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming they're emailing back and forth with federal agencies.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's USA and NYS. So I'm going to say New York State.
There's no possible way, right, that this is Brian Patrick Miller.
I have no idea.
Let me look him up real quick. Brian Patrick Miller was a killer. He was a murderer. I wonder if that's who this is. Let's see. 20. No, you said this goes up till when?
2020. The Brian's, yeah, it's spelled that way. Okay.
No, this guy was
He
arrested.
was arrested. Yeah.
All right, never mind. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know who this is. Let's see.
Yeah, that's just like
I'll include me, Epstein, and notifications going forward.
it's like an agent. I think the bottom was all we were interested in on that one.
We're not. This right here is pretty important. This whole thing, Wendy, no problem at all.
Oh, they didn't redact the girl's name.
Yeah, going forward. But I wanted to let you know because of the unit movement position in case of that. So if you wouldn't mind including notification. Yeah, that's weird, huh?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of problems with the redactions in this.
Yeah, they're redacting people that shouldn't be and leaving names open.
There may be 5 of the same document, and it may be redacted in 3 and unredacted in 2. I came across that a lot, so I would have to click through like 6 of the same thing to find names.
Yeah, that's very unique. So I guess we'll move on to the next one. But I mean, this right here just straight up says Prince Andrew was an accessory to her death as he tortured her and me.
There's more. Yeah, we got more on that too. Different times, different people included. Hit that one, Cecil. That's a short one.
Oh, you saying I can't read long ones?
It don't have big words in it. Explosion might be a big.
Fair enough. All right, this was sent from a BlackBerry. From 2009, cream cheese baby. There are a million babies, very little good vegetable cream cheese. On Thursday, July 16, 2019. 9. From Jeffrey Epstein at 3:31 p.m. wrote, LOL. I don't know if cream cheese and baby are on the same level. It's okay. There isn't enough time today. I'm trying to schedule priming for 5:30 fuel explosion 9:45. We'll bring new engine startup video. You would have me read that one. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there have been stories floating for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, that's the conspiracy theorist big thing, with the elites. They're all out here sacrificing babies to suck up their adrenochrome and stuff. It's very I know that there's so much information that it's untelling how much of this is misinformation, but even with the misinformation, this has proven so many conspiracies.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
That we have been talking about for years now. That does a conspiracy theorist even exist at this point, or is it just a guy that recognizes conspiracy?
I think we've moved from conspiracies to documenting history.
Yeah, it's so nuts, man. Like there's a lot of things that's been included in this already. That when this first hit, we was like, "This is what's happening," and everybody's like, "That's crazy." But now it's like, "Oh, here it is." Use right.
Whoops, and then they blow right past it.
Yeah. What did I send y'all yesterday? Experts predict that 2026 will run out of conspiracy theories because they're all becoming true.
Yeah, that's exactly true. Like your average conspiracy theorist is accurate more than anybody. There's one conspiracy theorist I listen to quite often. He's a comedian, Sam Tripoli. He's on Tinfoil Hat podcast and 17 other ones. People, when he goes on other podcasts, people are like, "You're insane," and then about 6 months later, anything he was talking about is true. Like, you know what I mean? And that happens with your average conspiracy theorist anymore. Like, well, this is what they're doing, and everybody's like, "Well, you're nuts." And then a few months later, or a year later, like, "Well, that's true."
Yep. It's just like weather modification. There was a huge podcast that had somebody on recently, like a mainstream podcast, had a CEO of a cloud seeding company, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's easy to make rain, but it's easier to make snow."
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "What? Did you know? Did you know that there's such thing? Like, what is going on?" And those same people will still be like, "They're not spraying anything in the sky. What are you talking about?"
But I told somebody the other day, I showed somebody our video that Steven sent us. I'm like, you know what? I said, I've seen a lot of fake snow videos. I said, but I know this one's not AI. I know for a fact this one's not AI. And somebody was looking at it and they're, well, how do you know? How can you be sure? I'm like, because my friend, that's him videoing this right now. I said, so snow is supposed to melt. There is supposed to be water pouring off of it if you've got a flame to it. And that's not happening.
Well, they've tried to say, well, that's the carbon from, the lighter. But when we was up Tully's and that snowstorm hit up there, I did the exact same thing trying to show it to our other buddy. I was like, watch this. And I did the exact same experiment and it melted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But down here, this, whatever we got, smells like burnt plastic and doesn't melt.
Right. So Tully got some real snow and you got seeded.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that big storm, the big storm, because they debuted that podcast episode like a week before that huge winter storm that affected.
These were two different storms. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the big storm was weird because here's another curiosity about that. And I know we're hitting the ditch, but when have you ever heard of an air quality alert in the dead of winter?
Yeah, exactly.
There was this past week for days, there was critical air quality alerts here. And the only time that's happened in the 10 years that I've been here is in the summer when it's super humid and all that smog gets trapped because it's super humid. It's just floating in the air. And this week up here, it looked like there was smoke lingering in the air and it was precipitating, which also doesn't make sense because precipitation is like God's filter of, the air, like the water droplets dropping through the air. But I digress. It's just crazy.
Everything's getting so nuts now. And my favorite part about the cloud seeding before we go back to this is if you need rain and you get rain and it doesn't flood, oh, we did a great thing. We did that for you. If it's a horrific, terrible storm that they've been talking about seeing the clouds for weeks before, oh, I didn't have nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? So I don't really understand how people at this point can even think that that's not conspiracy. And going through this stuff, even if you want to say he was joking on some of these, that's an insane thing to joke about. Like continuously, like he has. The Bill Clinton thing was funny. I think
there's more Bill Clinton stuff too.
But you gotta think too.
I'm sorry.
What'd you say? No, go ahead.
I just sent y'all a picture. Okay, if I ever die on the road, just know it was from me taking pictures of sky and clouds and weird looking stuff. I just sent y'all a picture of this cloud.
That looks like the machine that we saw.
And it went all the way to the ground. I mean, all the way to the horizon. And it was not smoke because I was close enough that, you could tell there was no, smoke coming from anywhere. I have never seen a cloud natural like that.
Me either.
Before we go to this, I'm going to show that.
Well, do that. And while you're doing that, Landa reminded us better late than never to say, if you've made it this far and you don't already follow us, give us a follow. We try very hard as your country conspiracy theorists. We may not talk pretty and we may sound crazy sometimes, but we try very hard to bring you decent content. So give us a follow. That's the least you could do.
Yeah, give us a follow, thumbs up, and buy some merchandise when we release it. We're currently working on that.
You can get Cecil's shirtless stickers. That's going to be one of the opening Fairs.
The Burley Gentleman calendar will be in there. Don't worry about it. I had to kill that coffee. All right. Right here's the picture that Morgana sent.
Like I said,
But yeah.
When I first saw it, I thought it was something on fire. But
Yeah, that's
not.
a crazy. Well, there's that classic video. You know what I'm talking about. If you've been on any of our weather modification videos, where it's the dude, he's in front of the cloud machine.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, you would never know it right now, but this machine is making a huge cloud that's going to rain 20 miles down the road." That's what that looks like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think Ronnie was around when I gave the sneak peek of the Burley Gentleman calendar. Y'all keep talking.
Ronnie, you don't want to see the Burley Gentleman calendar.
Yeah, this is for the month of October. Ronnie, get your money ready. This will be available for purchase soon. Every month has a theme.
We ain't gonna sell that. We ain't gonna sell that. That's on Cecil's OnlyFans. So
there you go. And you know, on nights like this, we need some comic relief.
Totally, do you have yours like right there? I got everybody one for Christmas.
Well, I did some deceptive swapping. So I traded mine for a bag of coffee.
That's nuts.
The coffee I was impressed with the coffee.
Yeah, this is good coffee. I will say that. All right, let's get back to Epstein.
He does wax his legs. If he could lift his leg up in front of the camera right now, they're as soft as a baby's bottom.
They're not wax. It's natural. I don't grow hair on my legs because of how pretty they actually are.
It's from wearing those Jinko shorts that hit you in your calves. You know what I'm talking about? Roddy knows what I'm talking about.
No, I still have those too, by the way. They come down to almost my ankle.
I hated that time period. I had a kid during that time period.
I don't know what I said, Crystal. That's whack about his legs. Cecil's legs are as soft as a baby's bottom, probably from the friction of Jinko shorts.
It's possible, yeah. Yep. Anyway, we need a buffer before we go into this. Because this next one's rough. It's very short.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this one is to Epstein from who knows. Thank you for a fun night. Your littlest girl was a little naughty.
Why would you word it like that if it was a lady of the knot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what gets me is like, if you're talking about prostitutes, why would you say it like that?
Yeah. Exactly.
Even if she was like, you would say things like, you would refer to a woman as like petite. You wouldn't say little girl.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know.
I don't like this world anymore.
No.
But Lord Jesus, how many more do we got? A lot.
Yeah, we may have to segment it depending on how long we go, but the next one, there's one section. So it says, at first, Jeffrey was furious, but I pointed out by staggering daughters every 8 years, he would always have a supply of ripe girls at his disposal. He bought me a house at Redacted, got my oldest daughter into Redacted by donating $50,000 to their gender studies program and paid for my youngest daughter to attend Redacted. And all she had to do was send him a pint of Mormon blood every week.
What?
Thank you, Jeffrey. You have so many people and gave me the Italian marble tiles in my kitchen, steam shower, and a ranch of my own to continue the great work. Also, a quick thank you, Ghislaine. Make from that what you will, but up there at the top, you see it says he adopted my teenage daughter and her friends as his own, flying them in private jets, taking them snorkeling in the Caribbean, and introducing them to VIPs like Alan Dershowitz, Prince Andrew, and even President Clinton.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I became the part of a coven of very empowered, confident, and successful women recruiters.
All she had to do was send him a pint of Mormon blood every week.
Oh my God. I didn't mean to scroll down. I didn't know that was there.
Yeah. You don't want to. Yeah.
You got to give me warnings about that. That's nuts.
Yep.
Esther.
He claims he don't wax his legs, Landa, but who knows?
I do.
And even just reading the first part of this, it's like this was a letter that they sent out to people. Just in general. I'm Esther Cohen Tizer Epstein, and you're receiving this because you are A convicted sex offender required by law to monitor, control, and contain your sexual deviance, or B, an ordinary citizen who can benefit from having your sexual deviance monitored, explored, and amplified. Either way, myself, my common law husband, Peter John Benet Klein Tizer Epstein, his boyfriend, Chad, and my lovely and well-trained daughters, blank and blank, will help you achieve all your sexual deviance goals. Needless to say, we all have significant daddy issues.
Look at this. At the bottom of that.
Wow.
Well, so... I know you're out tomorrow, Cecil. Maybe me and Morgana get on here and read some more of these tomorrow.
Yeah.
But there's one more that I want to hit before we talk about something different for the last little bit.
Is it the next one?
No, I want you to hit. There's one that says too insane to describe.
Tulu, like TOO.
Yeah, too insane to describe.
Like too legit. Yeah. There we go. Oh man, this has put me in a bad mind space.
It's about to get worse.
All right.
I don't know, Morgana, if you want to.
I'm still trying to find it.
Let me see. Okay, let me find the section that I wanted to talk about. So it says redacted stated that he first met Epstein at approximate age of 4 while at Redacted, East Greenwich, Rhode Island. Redacted stated that his family were members of the Redacted. Redacted stated at the time he was raped by his great uncle, Redacted, and that Epstein was present and did not touch him. Redacted stated that after he was raped by his great uncle, Redacted, Epstein then spoke with him, Redacted. Redacted stated he did know the identity of Epstein, or I'm assuming that means he did not know the identity of Epstein until some unspecified time in 2016. Redacted further stated in sum and substance that while on a large luxury ship that sailed out of the Newport Boat Show in Newport, Rhode Island, September of Redacted, at approximately 8 years of age, he redacted and was subject to some kind of medical exam about the yacht by unknown doctor while his great uncle Redacted and family member Redacted were present. Redacted went on to describe a bizarre event in which Redacted inserted the tape measure into his redacted rectum. Redacted stated subsequent to the exam, he was then sodomized by Jeffrey Epstein as well as former United States President William J. Clinton while in a heavy drug-induced state. Redacted also stated the bottom of his feet and back were slashed. Redacted further stated during the yacht, multiple unknown males were engaged in sex acts who had their backs slashed and were bleeding. Redacted also described several young folks being murdered, and their intestines were removed, as well as other acts of cannibalism. Redacted stated that former United States President George H.W. Bush engaged in a sex act with another unknown male. Former United States Secretary of State Henry Kissinger and businessman George Soros were present on the same yacht while all of the aforementioned acts of violence were occurring. Redacted was then asked if he had any injuries or scars as evidence, to which he responded, "On my anus." Redacted was unable to provide any supporting or corroborating evidence to the identities of witnesses. Did provide a handwritten list of his family and extended family members, and it was not clear what investigative value, if any, the list held. Redacted also stated that his great uncle, Redacted, is in possession of video evidence of crimes against Redacted, as well as several other snuff films that Redacted had watched in the presence of his great uncle, Redacted. And here's what I'll say. We've heard Mormon a few times. There was a lady a couple years ago that said that the LDS pretty much started the satanic panic through drug inducing children. And while they were in this drug intoxicated state, they would tell them that they were the devil. And when the kids would come out of that drug comatosis or whatever, they would be like, "Who did this to you?" And they would say, "The devil." And that's what fueled a lot of the satanic panic in the 80s. And they didn't remember this until they were adults. And it sounds like this person probably didn't remember much until they were much older. Because what are you going to do if you're a kid? Like, you're not going to, depending on what you've went through, maybe a tape measure up your, like it, you could, that's the terrible thing is like, you could, children are so impressionable. You could tell them anything.
Well, and that, and what gets me worse than anything about that statement, they're like, "Oh, he has no corroborating evidence." He was 8 years old. I mean, what did they expect him to have? But he gave them the great uncle's name and said, "He's got video. He's got this, this, and this." And
he might have evidence.
Right. So, but nothing, crickets, that's what's killed me about this entire situation is these children and other people have been reporting this for decades, and they were ignored, or it was brushed under the carpet, or they were disappeared, because there's a whole big thing about some golf course out in California that they used to dispose of people. But do you see anybody out there with, dogs
digging?
Or
anything?
At this point? Why are you not checking everything? Because you're all culpable, you're all covering it up, and what are we, the normal people, going to do?
I don't know. It's so sad. Like, and of course, we still, I assume we're still sussing out things that's real and things that's not. But there's just so much of this mention that something has to be real.
And everybody that's involved are super powerful people for the most part, prominent public figures. So how are they going to police themselves? How are they going to govern themselves when they're above the law? Like we've seen that they can actually pay for manipulation of the internet. So, I wonder how much some people paid that are in the other million documents that didn't get released. Yeah. And there's probably families. The thing that a lot of people don't realize, that there are trillionaires. There's billionaires' names that you've never heard of, and they keep it that way. So, food for thought. And if Morgana's up to it, maybe we'll get back on tomorrow night and read more of this. Because I think it's worth putting out there. Not everybody has the time to sift through this stuff and just see firsthand how legitimately crazy this all is. And, I know Cecil's got life moments happening tomorrow, but
Yeah.
if you get back and get a hair, you can always jump on.
Tomorrow, I don't think we're doing too much, so I can probably jump on. It's my anniversary weekend. I've either been married for
30 years.
5 years or 100. I'm not sure. It feels like it's been no time at all. But yeah.
Yeah, we've got, I would say that we have at least 30, 40 more that are insane, like absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And we have decided, for the record, just, so everybody knows and we're on the same level, we are no longer referring to these people as the elites because there's nothing elite about them. We're going to refer to them as the Epstein class because more than not are involved.
Yeah. So the next time somebody wants to play like political Super Bowl about which party is better, just remember this. Like they may argue in the public eye, but then they're going and getting on their yachts and laughing about how stupid we all are. And that's evident in some of these files. Like they talk about us like we are ants, like peons, useless cows.
Hey, the wrestlers backstage.
I do want to go out on a happy note because I found a picture of me in those shorts you was talking about. Hey, look at those things.
Those are shorts. Those are shorts.
Those are shorts, son.
Those would still get you trouble in church. You're showing your ankles.
Oh God, I'm so glad Jinkos went away.
I don't even remember if those were Jinkos. I think those might have been like a Kmart brand or something.
You know what? If you get the chance, she's on TikTok. I don't know if you follow her. She is on Facebook. And I don't remember her name, but she has a thing that she does called "Rich People Shit That Us Poors Have Never Heard of."
What do you think that is?
$3,600.
The first thing that I ever saw her, it was like, a number 2 pencil. We're all familiar with this. This is a 12-pack. It was $2.99. But you can get a 6-pack of Versace for $125. And she goes, and clothes are one of the things that she follows because evidently now there's this big trend of super rich people that want to wear trashy looking clothes that make them look less than rich, but they're still paying $15,000 for a ripped up t-shirt.
Yeah.
I have a bag of clothes that I wouldn't even take to Homes of Grace or Goodwill because they were in such bad shape. I could probably put these on, Versace's site and make a fortune off of them.
This is nostalgic, Coley. You'll remember this. Probably not. Look at that. That's the whole picture right there.
Oh God.
Yeah, they're blocking the view of me.
Yeah, you're right here. I was looking for the emo haircut. I think, is that you?
Who were you screaming for? That was at our show, dude.
Oh yeah, that was our first show.
Yeah, that was our show.
Yeah, that was Obsessions of Betrayal. Yeah, that's before we changed our name to Plague.
Yes, Kanye's trash bag collection. There you go. God.
Oh, look at little Tully here.
I don't know what we're about to see, but this guitar ain't just for show. I'll tell you that.
This was us getting ready to start right before I split my head open. You remember that? Oh, there you are. Oh, look at you.
Oh, that's crazy. You should at least get one of me when I had long hair, like when I was older or something.
I've seen you with long hair. I've seen you. He's shown, with just us before.
Oh God, this one. Look at this one, man.
Cecil was total like 90s grunge for a while.
Dude, like this is nostalgic for me, and I need this after this whole thing. This was like I was like 16 or 17 in this. Right here. The shirt says I quit the band now. I'll just play with myself. I'm looking for one with you. Let's see.
There's not a lot of. I purged myself from history. I don't have.
Somebody asked me to do a project. It's been 4 or 5 years ago now, but it was based on that song Teenage Dirtbag. And they wanted like a minute-long video of you as a teenager. I literally found 3 pictures of me as a teenager.
Yeah, there's not a lot left. Just stuff that Cecil has.
This is old school right here. Look at that. There you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had long hair there, sort of. That's not the longest my hair ever was, but that was one of my favorite guitars.
Yeah, that was a good one.
You still have it?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
But I am looking to procure that same guitar in the near future. Someday. I just bought a guitar Friday, so I can't buy it. I gotta wait a while.
That's it. Be able to justify it to yourself.
That's awesome, Roddy. If you have a link, if there's any music left from your band, you should put it in here. We'll go listen to it.
Fun fact. Any music from that band that I just showed you a picture of no longer exists.
Because MySpace got purged.
MySpace got purged, yep. It was during the years of MySpace.
You know what? It's hilarious that you said MySpace. I was talking to somebody a few days ago, and I'm like, occasionally I'll go through all of my links, my bookmarks and stuff, and just see what's dead, purge them, and all of that. And I clicked on my MySpace link because my account was still live. I had a message from somebody from like 5 years earlier, basically to say, I just wanted to tell you I was right about everything and you were wrong, And I'm like, you posted this to MySpace of all places. This was 10 years after MySpace was even, nobody used them. But I'm like, wow, I have an account. I don't have anything else on it except a message from somebody to tell me, ha, 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 ha.
Ooh.
What?
I found one song from a band that I was in.
Oh, which one? Let's see. Was it The Machinist?
Yeah. I didn't know any of that music still existed, actually.
Nice.
It's just one song. We had a theme album after Idiocracy, and this one's called "Welcome to Costco. I Love You." My favorite song that we had off that album was "Beef Supreme." It was a hard. Do not show that.
I'm showing this.
Do not.
Oh, I'm showing it, dude.
Just put it on a shirt.
We're not putting that on a shirt.
Here's one of Tully.
I was probably 18 in that picture.
I probably have that hat somewhere around here. Or one very similar.
That was at work with one of my great dear friends who's no longer with us, Leland Butch.
And what's really strange is after he passed away for like years, I'd get one text message a year from him. Oh,
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't got one in a while.
We were young once. I was a thin man.
You're still young, Tully.
Feels like been here forever.
Now, I'm not saying the miles don't make it feel like more, but
yeah. So. Well, especially talking about stuff like this, like, we've been down the rabbit hole for 10 plus years on this kind of stuff. We got to try to find joy in what we can, which is why I started the cooking show.
Mm-hmm. And Carrie said to tell you she thoroughly enjoyed your show last night.
Nice. Also, I took the feedback, and in that link tree, there is now an email submission. It's the third link. If you submit your email, and it says really plain, you're going to get spam mail from me. This is the spam mail acceptance form.
That's
So
right.
if you want emails on that stuff, throw your stuff in there.
God, I used to be a douchebag, man.
Used to.
Yeah.
Used to.
Yeah. Look at this kid, man. Look at this. Wearing his Etney shirt.
You know, the thing is, if you shave right now, you still look that age.
Yeah, no, it's nuts. What was I, probably 17 there or something? 18 maybe? I don't remember.
We don't have any young Morgana pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any.
Obviously, if you've seen the eyes of that kid, you would realize he didn't remember. God.
Actually, you do. Cecil made a T-shirt design of little me, and that picture is so close to how I looked at that age. The only thing is I had glasses, and I did not have glasses until I was almost 50. But other than that, it did a very good job of recreating me.
All right, now I feel better. I had to do
that. That's your palate cleanser.
Out of mine.
Yeah.
Younger, Crystal, is what I mean. Everybody listening, plus us, could all live your whole life over again and still be alive. So,
no, that's probably not true for me, but yeah.
I mean, you think about it. Plus, with advancements in medical technology,
there ain't no reason I can't live to be 150, 200 years old.
we could absolutely be suffering these people for another 50, 60 years.
But
you know,
anyway.
I'm just glad that I grew up prior to social media.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because I know I did some stupid stuff, but at least there's no documentation.
We got to grow up before cell phones, and we get to live through the end of the known world, probably. So
that is a sad but true statement.
I think I'm gonna go back to that.
Is that AI?
No, that's real.
Dude, I think so. If I had the ability to grow your beard, I would totally go like short hair and a bare knuckle boxing mustache, like whoop. And that's what I would rock full time.
Yeah, but if you're fat like I am, you just look like a weird looking pedophile.
When you swoop your hair over like that and wear glasses, you can't swoop your hair over and wear glasses and have a mustache. That's just like a if this then logic.
Right there, that's my favorite one. I'm cockeyed with the long hair like Jesus.
Well, thank you for staying for Cecil's glamour shots.
That's awesome.
We needed a palate cleanser. I'm not hating.
I wish I could get this.
Oh no.
Anyway,
that's the best one.
Okay. Oh, you want to see that one? Yeah,
that's the best one.
That's a good one. That's not AI either. That's real.
we dressed up for the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and that's Cecil dressed up drinking Budweiser, Budweiser through a Twizzler.
Oh wow, that's disgusting. Just for the record, that is delicious. Absolutely disgusting.
It was actually quite delicious. But yeah, I needed that. I felt so horrible after that last one.
As you do. Yes, Landa. As one does drink Budweiser through a Twizzler.
If you haven't
hold up. Go ahead, keep talking.
No,
the birchwood complements the candy very well, if you can imagine.
It made it fizz a little. A funny story. We was walking in, and big lifted truck full of dudes was hooting and hollering at me. And I went, "What's up, boys?" And I was like, "Oh my God, it's a dude."
I love it. Shit.
And it was because of the legs. It's because of the legs.
See, that's a good case statement.
There you go, guys.
Oh, cool.
Lord have mercy.
Teenage Mutant.
That could be like a painting.
Yeah, it really could.
Actually, it is just a plain old Olin Mills picture.
Olin Mills. They knew how to
crazy.
do it.
Have you seen the conspiracy theory about Olin Mills?
No.
I have not.
Nobody thinks it's weird that there's a company that bypasses child laws and documents the image and likeness of every child in America. And now it's not Olin Mills, it's a different company that's got more sophisticated technology, but they get your likeness and the ability to use it. They keep all those proofs, and they've got your whole age progression from kindergarten to high school.
Oh, hang on. I got you one, Cecil. This is one of those, you were talking
I want
about.
to see that, Landa. I want to see Landa's picture.
The Olin Mills for sure. She said who was high AF. That's
amazing.
When Olin Mills used to do the high school, like those school pictures, I think every one of mine, I was high AF back then.
Well, that's why I was showing you this one. I was high AF on that one too.
I can see the likeness though.
Yeah.
The other one, you look like a straight up like Victorian, like you're modeling for the king's painting.
Yeah, it was one of those things that, and actually I lied. I was not a teenager. I was in my early 20s, and I had taken my kids to get their pictures made at Olin Mills.
Oh, wait, which picture was you in your early 20s? That one you just showed us?
That first one. No, the first one. The
I was
Olin
going to
Mills
say
picture.
you look like you was 14 years old.
Yeah, but the Olin Mills ones, they had a thing where you could get a family portrait for like almost nothing. But the only way that I could get that one of my kids is if I got my picture made too. So I was totally unprepared. I just okay, take my damn picture.
Unprepared? So what are you talking about? You stop.
That's how I was every day back then when I cared.
That's insane. That is insane.
I
was a degenerate. So that's why I'm saying that. We were both degenerates.
Yeah.
Well, to be perfectly honest, the first time I got married, I was 15 years old. I did some growing up quick.
I got you.
Yeah, I didn't realize how sheltered I was until I realized how sheltered I had been. But that's okay. I wouldn't trade it because it made me who I am today.
We can't say can't say thank you for attending our TED Talk anymore because that dude is into some terrible shit.
Yeah.
So
good thing I've never liked TED Talk.
Yeah, but we need a phrase though that can replace that. Like, well, I guess we could say thank you for joining our intellectual circle jerk.
Yeah, that's legitimately the best one I ever heard. God, I wish, man, I don't know. I remember being 20 and wow. It's been half my life ago now.
I don't know. I think I like the unhinged BitChute comment better, Landa.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you report some pictures? Did you have your wife report pictures on my Facebook, totally? Because I had some of me and you, like in some pretty compromising positions.
Nope, they still should be out there. I don't know. I can't do anything. I don't have any social media.
Oh, the best one. I remember this. I gotta show this one. I think this is one of the only ones left of me and you actually together. Like back then. Look how cool we was.
They were so grown. Oh my gosh.
Dude, this makes me miss smoking cigarettes.
That's funny. Anyway, are you running one tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll hit some more docks tomorrow.
All right, cool. This made me so sad that even if I'm here, I might not show up anyway.
I think we owe it. We owe it.
Yeah. But if I'm here, I'll pop on too. So tune in tomorrow at 8:00 Eastern.
Yeah.
All right. Tune in tomorrow at 8:00 Eastern for the remaining 26 files that's on this list. And go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe if you haven't done it already, or if this is your first time. If this is your first time, and even if you didn't like us, tell your mama about us, tell your daddy, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your mistress, tell your side husband, whatever. And go to
side husband.
And go to 4rbs.com, the number 4, the letter rbs.com, and use promo code WITF.
The honey's great, y'all. It really is. Like, if you ever are in the market for some honey, this stuff's legit.
Yep.
Do you know I had a jar of that come up missing? I was rearranging a cabinet the other day, so I knew without a question I had 2 jars left unopened. And then like 2 days later, I go in there and I'm like, what the hell happened to my other jar of honey? And my son came through and I'm like, did you open that honey? And he's like, no. I'm like, did one of the girls? He goes, I don't know. They came over that evening and I'm like, hey, did you open some honey? Yeah. Where'd you put it? Oh, I took it home with me. I'm like, okay, I will buy you honey anytime you want it, but not that honey.
That
honey stays here.
Yeah, that's the good honey.
That's right. You can eat it here all you want to, but no, it does not leave the house.
And depending on what everybody's doing, like with getting what we need to get done, we may have some merch here in the next day or two.
And with the Valentine's Day coming up, I want everybody to know Happy Valentine's Day. We might actually, I guess it'd be another episode before we do that.
Landa, you're gonna have to get another bottle for tomorrow. You may want 2 bottles tomorrow. It's gonna get heavy.
Yeah, it's going to sound.
Hey,
we were
I have a half of a bottle of Blue Chair cream key lime rum. Tell me, I know you quit drinking.
Yeah,
but you like key lime pie, you would love this.
There's an asterisk there. I don't drink liquor.
Yeah, and it is key lime cream rum. I don't like rum.
That sounds like that picture that Cecil showed a minute ago.
It's so good.
That's weird because I quit drinking beer and I've started picking up on the liquor again.
I mean, I really
ship
don't
it to Cecil.
Any of it.
Ship it to Cecil.
I ain't gonna drink that. I drink liquor.
And yes, Amanda, it does have a crap ton of sugar, but I usually do me 2 or 3 shots and I'm done. Call it a night.
Why are you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots.
Speaking
2
of
or
that,
3 is plenty for anybody.
But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I'm sorry that we went off the rails at the end there. I had to do something to filter out.
I'm not hating. We're probably going to do the same thing tomorrow. Take some comedic breaks.
Yeah, that was
okay.
That was horrible.
Hold
but
on
anyway,
just 1 second. Here you go. Last one. Remember, I told you how close your picture was that you did of us as kids. That's actually me as a kid.
Wow,
that's close. Yeah, that's very close.
Like I said, minus the glasses. So good job, Cecil and Chad.
Those clothes.
I know, right? And sadly, that is not the worst set of clothing I had in that era. The 70s. God.
You remember Bugle Boy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Bugle Boy.
I've got
stuff.
a picture of me as like a child in a Bugle Boy overalls.
Yeah.
Well, where is it?
This
yeah,
is a
Linda, I think we might be related to personality and everything.
Bugle.
So, all right, guys, let's call it.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching us because we're watching you.
We'll be back tomorrow.